So that's coming to a nice burnish now. And what we can do is just finish off again with our piece of wood. Just keep rotating it as well while we move it back and forth. That helps to spread the polish. So that's now looking good, and you just check it to make sure that, again, we've maintained the sharpness of the top peak, maintain the sharpness of the edges here, and that we've got an even polish over the two concave surfaces. So now the tip of the hand has been polished, and we have these two nice concave surfaces which meet to a very nice sharp point. So the next stage is to polish the top surface here of the hand, which is a curved surface, and also you'll note that it tapers slightly in its width. So what we have to do first of all is just to smooth the surface slightly, and we're now using a finer 20 micron paper, again mounted to a piece of brass, and all we're doing is just smoothing out any imperfections which are in the surface of the steel. And again, if you note, you're constantly moving the hand, rocking it back and forth and rolling the paper around the boss, and this just helps to remove any imperfections in the surface. So now we've smoothed off the surface with some 20 micron paper which was stuck to a piece of brass, and then the next stage is to start to polish the surface using a piece of brass, and for that we just clean up a surface on our emery piece of emery paper just to have a nice flat, and then that will now take the polish which we just embed into the surface of the brass. Just like that. And then take the hand and start to again just move the brass over the whole surface of the steel, making sure that we keep the contours around the boss, and always keep the hour hand moving. And so you keep rubbing the surface, and as you can see the polish is now lifting off and starting to improve the surface of the steel. Just to check, remove any excess polish and just check the surface. And we've still got marks in there, so we just need to really recharge this. Just clean off the surface of the brass again on our micron paper, and then reload it with some more polish. And start to work the surface of the steel again. So now we can see the polish is coming through there, and the next stage is we can bring out the polish with a piece of pegwood which has been filed flat, and again just loaded with the polish in the same fashion. And again just working around, always moving that hand and working up to those edges and around the boss of the hand. Okay, and that's looking good. So now we're at a stage where we've got a reasonable polish. There are a few marks in there still, but at this stage I'm not too concerned.